Snowflakes falling big and round, twinkling lights choking out the sound. Candy canes and gingerbread, the smell of Christmas makes me see red. Santa hats on every head, I wanna burn them, leave them all for dead. Oh, it's Christmas, what a drag! Tinsel dreams in a plastic bag. The joy, the cheer, it's all pretend. Come on, let's go piss off your friends. Shiny bows on every gift make my teeth ache. Skating rinks and snowy drift feel so fake. Hot cocoa spills on frozen ground. The carolers sing, I just want them drowned. Deck the halls, yeah, deck them with rage. Rip the script, tear up the stage. Silent night now, scream it loud. Flip the slate, crush the crowd. Oh, it's Christmas, here we go. Fake smiles under mistletoe. The lights, the bells, it's all a scam. Come on, let's go ruin the fam. Snow keeps falling, bury it deep. This town's joy is a promise I won't keep. Christmas is here, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and cheer. I'll be outside smashing reindeer. Oh, it's Christmas, what a drag. Tinsel dreams in a plastic bag. The joy, the cheer, it's all pretend. Come on, let's go piss off your friends. Oh, it's Christmas, here we go. Fake smiles under mistletoe. The lights, the bells, it's all a scam. Come on, let's go ruin the fam. Snow keeps falling, bury it deep. This town's joy is a promise I won't keep. Christmas is here, yeah. Go ahead and cheer. I'll be outside smashing reindeer.
Tiny feet go pitter-patter down the snow-lit halls, checking names and checking twice behind those candy walls. Naughty sneaks and nice daydreamers written big and small. I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every face. Naughty or nice, I see it all. I'm the Christmas elf who hears your call. Glitter, dust, and peppermint swirl in my little sack. One for joy and one for kindness, always got your back. Snowflakes dance and whisper secrets as I make my track. Santa's list is long and wild, but I know every single child. I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every face. Naughty or nice, I see it all. I'm the Christmas elf who hears your call. Oops, a giggle caught my ear. Was it mischief or good cheer? Spill the cocoa, tell me quick. Are you clever or a trick? I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every who hears your call.
Hey, Jessica Ghost. Hey, Wee. So I want to continue Cursed, but Twister said he'd come on tonight instead of last night. So hopefully he sticks to it because Jody Sue is on a tangent over there because Twister was in my chat. Hold on. I figured we'd give her a listen just for a few minutes prior to us going and finishing Cursed, just because. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I think Jody needs a little bit of attention here.
No.
I don't know what she's saying. I only watched
Where
this.
is it on this? Can't remember the exact timestamp on this. I don't care. It's fairly on. After that, I don't give a flying.
She does, but you know what? Like Twister was saying in my chat the other day or yesterday, I think it was day before yesterday, that people picked on Jody Sue. They played games with her. So he also can see her confusion. However, he's saying he didn't do what Jody's claiming he did to her. So that's why I want Twister to come up and try to clear things up. And Jody's telling him in here that she told him years ago to go to the police and that this was what was being done. And Twister didn't go to the police. Well, maybe back then Twister really thought these people were good people. So there could be a reason for that. You know what I mean? However, Jody needs to figure out who really was involved in the bad shit and who was taken for granted. Because we hear Twister say he paid for the flyers and then Chase was going to sell the flyers. He was charging people for the flyers that Twister paid for. Unreal. Okay. Let's listen just for like 5-10 minutes, then we'll jump into Curse.
And customer reviews performed by a real serious actor.
Good morning.
I'm actually going to go back.
Be like, hey, bro, this shit is going on. This mask's on still, firmly. A ginger there. A few fake fights. Over decorations, of course, supposedly. Oh, you know, things. Strange.
Jody, I still want to know why you said you knew Ginger prior. And then you claim, oh, no, I didn't. Her husband isn't a doctor after you were saying her husband's a doctor. She came with wet hair, big shoes. You really made that super dramatic.
Bunch of fuckery. Whole bunch of fuckery. It all comes into place somewhere. Pieces go together quite nicely. No confusion about when, where, how, or how they fit or belong or what kind of puzzle they make. It gets awful tiresome, it really does. The thing is, each cycle, right? Each rewrite. That's what they try to do. While some try to keep it in exacts. They try to rewrite. Try to put shit little bows on it. Fancy it up. This group also has a tendency, I don't know, to try to figure out what everybody else knows. As always. And to get receipts on the shit to see how far under the bus they've been thrown. Way they can erase, delete.
So that's Jody telling us she's always known more and she keeps it under wraps. Jody's a secretive person. She comes out here with her riddles for a reason. I truly believe Jody knows a lot more than what she's saying.
Blah, blah, blah. Call some detectives, call a DA, call an agent. From the little Karen cubicles and better looking backgrounds and try to be like, nuh-uh. Try to get ahead of, walk back, talk their way out of, and they had no clue. They were all just innocent. They were all just used. Everybody's just got them pegged all wrong. Bullshit. That's their favorite thing, though, right? One of their favorites. They love it. I mean, they don't, but they do. It's like certain emails going out after they're pretty confident investigations and things. Been like some asshole pretending they're illiterate and utter, and it might not be looked at. Sending out emails telling everybody advance warning style to get rid of all the evidence of their fuckery with certain people holding certain jobs, doing real foul ass shit. So many locals and otherwise legal shit.
Did you get one of these emails, Jody? I think you owe it to us to tell us who was sending out emails. Like, we're just supposed to go by your word, but somebody actually sent out an email stating get rid of all the evidence. Who would that somebody be? Was you included in that? Why would they include you in that? I got questions. Ain't that what you say?
Stories are well, even in the last few days, as you can see, they all pretend to be heroes. Oh, look at all the other little locals they helping. Yeah, I bet they wouldn't be if they knew what the fuck you bitches been doing. And then again, the thing is, some of them may actually, with, I hope not, super dark reasons behind it. That's yet to be determined. That'll be determined by better than this place or anybody on it. I assure you of that. I'd about bet on it. Something I've been struggling with quite a bit lately. For reasons. Now, one would assume over the past couple weeks, for some weird reason, I've been meant to pay attention to Twister's stupid mewling sorry ass again, right? I'm gonna give him a little bit of time to shine today. He can kiss my whole ass. I'm gonna tell him exactly what I did years ago in 21, just like I told Brad Vashon, just like I told Slay / Fake Fed, especially in that second revisit, copy and paste, Ziggy threat, blah blah blah.
Good, I rewinded it to the part I was just talking about, where she says that Twister needs to go to the police, and she told him years ago.
Q took a screenshot from Facebook and actually proved, all the things, all the
I
things.
believe Twister has, based on my chats.
Ain't no sense. Other than they're all stupid. Idiots, really. But I'm gonna tell him exactly what I told him then. And that is this. Go to fucking law enforcement, genius. Go to TBI, FBI. I don't really give a shit. Take your pick. Alright. Told you that in the beginning. Told Brad that before they could fillet his ass and throw him off the bridge. But you can see he's still ain't done because he went and revisited and revised shit with Tiffany and another call and blah 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 again. That completely went against the first thing and him being anti-Tiffany but pro-Penny, and I don't think we need any more revisiting on that particular arc of fuckery. It's not something you would be doing if anything was legit or real around here. But that's what they continue to do. Now, I would look. Y'all can think what you will. I know what I think and my perception of things, and the things that have went on in our real lives because of YouTube criminal web sleuthy bastards, hunters, acquisition experts, investment teams, documentary wannabe makers, blah blah blah. Local bastards helping other bastards across the U.S. and world with the fuckery. I know what evidence and proof I hold. I do know some of obviously wheels on the bus things, So I also throughout all these years have become acutely aware with proof and evidence that long before we were public, acquired, hunted down by Tiffany Marie, Fustos, yada yada, Chase, Penny, fucking Chris, one variety or another. school, all those other things. But really, you have that starting very quickly. You just weren't aware of it. Very quickly. Just took a long time to become aware of how dark, dirty, and deep. Now, what was happening here on the ground to us correlated with this group, organized over several social media.
She talks a little bit about We Can Bring You Hope, which is why I wanted to share this. So we're going to go to that point, and then we'll go over Cursed. Hey, Snow Angel, how are you? All right.
Media platforms and using it, all that. But yeah, I assume I was supposed to take, you know, the distraction, the bait, whatever the fuck it is. Listen to Twister's horseshit, wine bag bullshit again. Can't say much in the mood. That boy has a tendency throughout the years to only show up at certain times, places, and with certain people, and go back through these cycles again and again. But I'll continue to tell him what I've told him from the beginning. Just like I did Brad. Go to law enforcement, asshole. Go to the feds. You think something is off, just like I do, just like I did then. You aren't truly involved. You truly blah, 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 blah. You think they were doing something dark, dirty, and deep with you, and without you being aware of it, which in the beginning was quite a possibility, go to the goddamn feds. You know? Because it could matter.
Jody, the thing is how do you know he hasn't? He's alluded to it in my chat, and obviously you've been paying attention. You're reading my chats, which is why you're talking about this. Hey, Twister. He can confirm or deny if he wants to, but I'm going to assume Twister went to the feds.
In some way, somehow. Tell you what it could have done way back then. Could have stopped a whole lot of this bullshit. Right? It could have instantly dead in its tracks. No more. Whole.
Jody, here's the thing. We're all out here to help Summer. Twister's a local. He went searching with the PIs. He's out here telling you he believes the PIs are bad. Back then, everybody had Summer's interest at heart, and the PIs played games pretending they were good people, in my opinion. Twister didn't know, just like you didn't know. As you held your shirt up for a marathon that you searched for Summer in. Humans make mistakes, and sometimes you have to learn to forgive and not hate forever, as you do. You're a very cynical person. Hey, Patricia. Twister, I'm happy you're in here. You can dispute me at any time.
A lot of things. Some things that continued. There could be hiding certain things. You know. But it doesn't look like any of them chose to do that. All of them tell you that. They're only here for Summer, though. They didn't want drama. They didn't want this. They didn't want that. La la la. Blah blah blah. No.
Twister, I don't mean to speak for you. I'm just basing this off my opinion of you being in my chat for the last couple weeks. Just so everybody knows this is my opinion only.
They should be around Summer's blah blah blah, right? But they didn't do shit to stop it. Because a whole lot of them, despite their fucking narratives, knew exactly what the fuck they got into. And by a very early point, short point, there's no way they were oblivious to it. And that would have been a good point, and he got wrapped up too far in his hair, without even realizing it, to really run to the feds or law enforcement, be like, "Hey, bro, this shit was going on. This group did X, Y, Z. I was not quite aware of this, that, and the other, but here are all the receipts. Please stop this." And it's been a hell of a thing to do years ago. So, pardon me if right now I hear a snippet. It's suddenly like, once again, rinse repeat style. Oh gosh, one of them's gonna go, or they are talking to blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck, man. The hell is that? You know what that seems like to me? Seems like another way to try to shake things. Ooga booga stuff. And I gotta tell you, if it's being directed anywhere towards my realm, you might as well miss me with that shit. You might as well miss me with that shit. Because that don't work here, man.
The only question I have for you is what color was the bike that Fred drug in? That would be helpful. I don't know if you answer that in this live or not. She goes off grid for a little bit there. Somebody comes to her window. She opens it, talks to them, then goes blank. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
I'm touching on goddamn buttons really or nothing. Just gonna pile and move on. I also know where it fit in the grand scheme of things. The dates, times,
you.
blah, blah, blah. And all the wrong flavors and all the right hallmarks. Fuckery. Alright? I ain't no goddamn moot. Just not. Just not. And then that didn't take hold or grab me by extension, you know. So it looks like another redo of that shit. It's been attempted well since then. Like, one of my least favorites, obviously, real lifers and fucking tamperers with everybody. I guess that was really supposed to, you know, get me all like, pay attention, you know, and Twister trying to visit there and doing all the things, and no, I don't really give a shit about that either. Compile, move the hell on. And because of reasons that stink like fucking high heaven over here, the group and its usual shit, well, yeah, don't want it, you know. Now, there's always so many little things here, isn't there? So many little things. I do not, however, find it a coincidence. I don't. I just fucking don't. There's some skin over button. I was like, man, there's just too much nudging going on. All right. The hell is it I'm supposed to see? Look at da 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 da. You know, what the fuck is it they want now? Oh Lord, I might have lost it. I might have lost it. Lord mercy. No, there it is. Well, I'm not gonna put that there. Now a live stream featuring Twister's name or moniker, nickname, whatever the fuck here, right? Yep, my least favorite. Who's that? Who is that? Now is that monster? Is that the whore bag who loves patty cake with this group? Or is it one of y'all in control? Hard to tell sometimes. I find that odd. Always right there, Johnny on spot when called. Like a good little doggy. I'm like, oh, no. But is rarely anywhere these days seen unless called for. Like, right? Be there like that when stream starts. It's the strangest thing. With that one's name though, I'm like, why? No. Why does this have the same fuckery that, well, I don't know. When Twister was dildoing with the Hive, Nana and crew, the rest, Andy, Jenny, Adrian, etc., all the players were over in sixes. And other places. And Andy and Twister just everywhere together. And Twister making appearances and picked up by Ryan at certain times too. Lord, I don't know. No. How's that feeling for me though? Now, in between these periods, Twister disappears. But much like Baby here, it just appears. Certain nights, certain cycles. Am I right? I'm right. I ain't wrong. Now Twister, like many, the boohoo bullshit, right? When you hear his voice, see him on panel, which is rare, and everybody giving him room, I don't give a fuck. But it's all like, oh yeah, you know, I think it's right what was done, and well, she seemed really nice, and you know, all that shit, right? It seems real like down to earth, never hurt fly, never do this, wouldn't be part of the heckin' bad cycles around us, etc. Well, that's bullshit. Because you have years worth of twisters, pop-ups, and pop-ins, and pop-outs, and cycled them. Including those with Andy breaches there, and others, and Ryan's, and all the rooms, and all things throughout. We ain't doing nothing, especially lately, as these cycles take hold. But talking mad shit. We're clapping ass cheeks to Andy and Hive, and, Nanners, and everybody else's, right? Talking mad shit. Mad shit. Coming in my room, certain times, last couple months. They're like, what you talking about? Like, fuck off, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why are you sleeping with me? Because y'all are. You remember there for a few weeks? Couldn't go anywhere. Anywhere. And be known without that motherfucker jumping in instantly, which is recorded. I mean, instantly. Within a second or two of me being known to be in chats or something. Or in a live.
Maybe not sued, but she was part of the marathon court thing. I got you now, Twister. You worried me for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, he's coercing with Fiona. You just confused me for a minute. Yeah, I guess Jody's really pissed off, huh?
That dude was fucking there. Like somebody was fucking notified. Hey, that's strange. Fuck out of here. Okay? No, we ain't gonna do this. We're not gonna.
It's funny because I call Andy's dad Shrek. Yeah, me too, that's funny. I'm sorry, Jody. Forgive me.
Do this. It's like Ryan. Been like, oh no, I never do blah, blah, blah. Y'all ever seen the way Ryan actually talked to me, especially when it came to cahooting with Andy, got them Bernard and otherwise? And getting him real good to swing at me like a baseball bat. Beat me this morning. Online and otherwise, ruin holidays, do all things, Serafina map himself right over my loved one's graves, that type of shit. Anyway, yeah, he'd go around talking crazy shit. Like, total gross, nasty, evil shit. And chats, cussing me up one side, down the other, this and that. Oh, but he has a different persona when it comes to his live streams, or who he is, or what he's done, or how he's just heckin' good and mighty and whatever. Fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't got time for it. I ain't listening to it either. I know who and what the fuck all of them are and what the fuck they're doing, and it's trigger bitching at its finest, too. Make no mistake. My good Lord Mighty. Same shit, different day, ain't it? Thing is, what's occurring right now is for not real good reasons. Not that it ever is, but there's a scale. You know what I mean? There's a scale. Now, are some of them aware of why exactly they're being whistle bitched into rooms, or are we there used the way they're? I doubt that. I doubt fully are they aware, because even the assholes using them aren't. So, but they all know they're up shit. And when it comes to a certain point, you can't play ignorant of, or what you're doing, or for whom and why. Just can't. You can't play that card forever, for eternity. You can't do it. I mean, you can do it on YouTube all you fucking like, as long as things are hidden, your ass is cleansed, all that. You can do that for the world, but that ain't gonna work where it concerns reams of data, connections, real shit that can be pulled, real proof, real evidence. It just ain't gonna work that way, darlings. Years of shit. It's just not gonna work. I'm gonna bet it wouldn't even work for some of you. And that little group, especially, long before you ever acquired any motherfucking body publicly.
Sorry. Here's the thing. It's been years that you putting all of us creators down too and accusing us of things that you don't have no clue. You don't know what we endured while going through this. You see Twister wanting to put a restraining order on you. And I personally think that this shouldn't be going on, that we would get better. We would get further with the answers about the marathon and for summer if we could all get along. But you do make it very difficult to get along with one another. You try to put rifts between people instead of being able to ask questions and get answers, and it starts fights, and it's like a tug of war. Twister's saying he don't work or hang with anybody. It's my personal belief he truly was just out there searching for summer.
clear otherwise. I say that because I have evidence that. Well, it'd probably make a bunch of you have never grouped and I've up in the beginning anyway, and it would have split like you're running from the fallout of a nuclear fucking bomb.
I think people grouped up together to search for Summer. Jody
Every
was not with that.
every day. There are times like this. Make those like Twister, shit his pants real good and run away. They're probably straight to the FBI and TBI. And go squeal. Or turn over whatever or something. I don't know. Guess he'll figure it out. Anyway. So I'm not really worried about those like Twister or the group or however, you know what I mean. But go there. So yeah, I'm just like, the fuck? And then write me your holiday again. Like, why? Why is it always this? It's like somebody pulled out the pamphlet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what Jody's been through. I believe Jody to a point. To a point. I also believe Jody keeps secrets, and I hope that she went to the TBI and FBI with whatever she withholds. Because we got to remember, Jody also came out here stating somebody robbed her. She had SD cards. She moved the cameras because of Dobbs. There's a lot of games that Jody played as well in this that don't make sense. A lot of things she still said that doesn't make sense. And this isn't an attack on Jody Sue, but it's the confusion that Jody Sue caused in Summer's case herself by coming to the internet and talking about it. Now, I'm not saying Jody has anything to do with Summer, but I do believe Jody has information that could solve Summer's case. She knows these people, just like I know the We Can Bring You Hope people, and I can tell you what I know about them. Jody keeps a lot of shit under the rug, and there's a reason for it. I hope it went to the TBI and FBI, all of it. I hope she doesn't just keep shit to herself and come out here and play games. Because like she demanded me to show her my emails to TBI, she hasn't showed a goddamn thing. What emails has she sent?
You know, rinse, repeat. And you know, I'm just not oblivious to fucking things. Never have been. And who's fucking around behind the scenes, you know? Especially with certain motherfuckers here that inserted since the beginning, like, oh, Jamie, you know.
I agree with her about Jamie, and Twister does too, because he didn't deny it in my chat. However, Jody, you worked behind the scenes. You were in the Discord. You were doing interviews with Squall. You were doing interviews with Penny. You brought your daughter to Penny's channel. You were the first person to work with these people in Summer's case. Why don't you see that as a problem? That's what makes people so suspicious of you.
I'm not oblivious. Then who to use Monster and the rest for all the years while pretending they aren't, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's always be a trigger to manipulate. I don't know, I'm just like, whatever. And I guess hardcore techniques definitely prove, you know, through LE and I'm sure.
Don't you think this right here is manipulation? Because I see it that way.
T-Talk. That would be, we can bring you hope. As far as I'm aware of, because I've seen Andy's mom's fucking post in groups and shit, but also this group and them and Squall and share. Oh, you know.
So she just coupled Andy's mom in with We Can Bring You Hope. Squall, Cher, and Andy's mom. Is that what she just did? We already know Tim hired Benny to hire We Can Bring You Hope. Where did they find him? Benny, that's what I need answers from you. Where did you find We Can Bring You Hope? How did you find them? How did you get in contact with them? I'm going to bet through Teresa at Unmasked. That's my opinion.
What the fuck is her name? J4 and the rest, it's there, you know. All the hunting acquisition and a squall and all that shit. But anyway, I'll let shit go with that. But yeah, she made posts online. They were obviously around those dates, and from what we have proof and evidence of, Tiffany Fustos are already hunting us because of her dumbassery online and in the groups. Oh God, a guy was on the property yesterday, and my daughter-in-law and my grandkids, blah, blah. Right? But then you combine that goddamn group with Candace, Dawn, Skull, Black Nails, fundraisers, McDonough, set up Mary, Coles, Candace, Dawn themselves. You got a recipe for disaster. Trying to figure out why the fuck are they, right? We told that dumb bitch out there, stop that. Like, there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. Nobody calls, being like, we're gonna help the mayor. Stop. Did you? No. From my understanding and recordings and the proof, because even kids are, what? Just be dumb. You hearing this shit? Oh, God. Right? I would appear that for like another week she continued to speak to them, though proclaiming she was not. So, I don't know. Good thing is, they, nor Monster or anybody else, had all the info or anything else to give to these motherfuckers, including making Levy hopeless.
So Andy's mom's talking to them, and they're reaching out to Jody, Sue, and Andy for information, but they don't have no information to give them. But Andy's mom does. She's talking to them, leaving posts. That's what Jody Sue's saying. That's what I wanted to show you. We're going to move on to Cursed. We're going to go over this. I'm going to listen to it alone because there's a lot more in this. This is a 5. She's still fucking live, I think. Unreal. Okay. Let me go to continue what we were on last night because we still have a good portion of this to listen to. And I want to come back tonight. Let me tell you guys, Tiffany sent me the links the other day, and I wanted to listen to both of them. We're going to listen to one of them tonight of Chris McDonough taking advantage of Jeannie. Tiffany does a really good job at explaining it, so it's going to be another listen through. I'm going to try not to give commentary because I think it needs to be reminded and haven't been heard as much as it should have been. And then tomorrow night, I want to go over Chris McDonough. 2 weeks ago, he posted a phone call between him and Dawn. He gives commentary on it. I don't want to listen to his commentary because I really don't give a fuck. But I want to listen. No, maybe he don't. It's a 2-hour call between him and Dawn. So I think tomorrow night we'll start that, or the night after, because Tiffany's might take 2 days to go over. So that's the next few days of my content. It's going to be Tiffany Marie and Chris McDonough. I want to get your guys' opinions on all of it. And that's my evening lives. When I come live during the day, we'll do what I'm doing now. You know, anything goes. Maybe you finish up from the night before.
And he puts himself in some weird, funky predicaments where, he's talking about this non-existent truck that followed Andy out. He has said that, I had cameras, I had video, I had camera, I don't have the SD cards. Ellie has them, and another person saying someone stole all of them, and it just can't be every which.
Funny, Jody's the same way. Fred and Jody with these fucking SD cards, trail cams on Dobbs' property and on the Bernard's property. It's bothersome to me that you have 2 people playing games with cameras. And then you add Candace to the factor where she's having Dawn K, which Dawn K came into my chat a couple weeks ago and said she would talk to me. I haven't seen her since. But there's also Candace was playing games with the cameras, recording Dawn after Summer had gone missing. So there's been a lot of games with these fucking cameras. Why? If all of them are innocent, why?
way. It just can't.
Exactly.
Just can't. And I
That's
think
the only
that,
reason I'm speaking now is because I've just heard too many stories come out of his mouth.
yeah, I think that we as a community need to quit turning in bullshit tips and wasting their time. I don't really much have more to add to it. I'm trying my best to do what I can to make sense of nonsense, if that makes any sense.
Makes total sense to me.
And it's hard to do. It's hard to unscramble scrambled eggs, let me tell you. And that's what I meant by in the beginning, by Fred's, this one statement or his timeline has really set how a lot of people look at a lot of things in this case. A lot of people look at Andy as, well, you might have had something to do with it because you're lying about your whereabouts that day. Well, no, he's not,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Andy's lying about his whereabouts, but what I am saying is that Jody Sue has said that his boss would lie for him in the past and that there was bags of powder in the workbenches at the job. And we have seen that Andy has been fired and rehired several times during this case. So I personally, in my opinion, have reservations about Andy's boss. Now, do I think that they would lie in a missing kids case? No, not unless they're involved in some criminal activity. But it is a tire shop. It seems to be a lot of car auto places involved with the people that are involved in this case. So I think, in my opinion, we have to look at the fact that Jody says that this guy has lied for Andy a million times in the past. Jody has said that. She needs to elaborate on that. When you come out publicly and you say things like that, you have to elaborate. Now, do I believe Andy was at work? Yes. Do I think it's a possibility Jody may have been driving Andy's car that day? Maybe Jody went there and got the car and took off and came back. I don't know. I doubt it. We see text messages of her sleeping and waking up to hearing noises several times, checking the property lines. I think she was too hyper vigilant towards her words to even leave the house. She's too nebby and nosy and wanted to know if Dobbs was coming back that day, which is why I feel it's impossible for Jody to not know what happened on Ben Hill Road that day. Not necessarily with Summer, but with Chad and Fred and the in and outs and the cars and the vehicles. I think Jody knows more.
So now I think the tables are turned, and I like to know where Fred was the 15th and why he had, if he did not haul out cars that Tuesday and he did not haul this stolen bike on the 15th, well, then why did you have a trailer with you that day to pick up Brandon's bike?
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of, and maybe I'll touch on, I have clipped everything I can on what he says about Knoxville and Dawn, because I think it's important, because it's, we don't know what's what. And when I hear someone talking about, well, I know what his debt was.
Also, I want you to remember Ziggy's from Miami. Griselda Blanco was known of Lady of the Night. She gets this call about somebody named Lady of the Night. Was Ziggy making that up and using Griselda Blanco's name as this person? Did Ziggy pay somebody to call?
And I know where his drug dealer lives. Well, you shouldn't. Why does Fred know all this info on Dawn?
Well, if he knows it all, then why is he keeping it to himself?
Right. And
Why hasn't Ziggy turned that tip in?
Exactly. He has talked about these people that supposedly had Summer in a hotel room. He's just nonchalantly talking to him every day. Well, that should have never went past 5 minutes. If you thought Summer Wells was in a motel room somewhere, you should have been on the phone with your PO, law enforcement, 911, whoever, your house manager, telling them Summer Wells may be right here, not playing this detective game with your soon-to-be wife. And that's what they were doing. That's why she went to Tennessee in February, because they were playing games. They were trying to. It's awful. It's just
It is awful.
it's awful.
I have seen so much stuff on here and so many people putting out, like misinformation about people and stuff, and it has literally drove me crazy.
Yeah.
I had no intentions whatsoever of ever coming on like this, ever.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But I just, I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, golly, what is, like, people just take stuff and they run with it without even,
Another thing, Jody, there's been so much confusion put out here by you and Fred. You and Fred and Andy. You, Fred, and Andy. There's been a ton of confusion put out here that when new people come up and talk, you can hear truthfulness. We need the new locals to come out and unravel all of your lies. As you see, we just caught Fred in 4.5 years of lies based off one local coming public and just discrediting everything he said for how long? And she sounds extremely truthful to me. And I like Kirst's approach. And I like that Kirst is separating herself from Six Up and Ellie Mae to be able to bring this to you so that there's no problems.
looking for facts
Yeah.
just because they hear it.
Well, look at how it came to be, right after we heard that there was a lead.
Yes.
It turned into red truck and tree trimmers. That came from YouTube. That wasn't a TBI tip, or the news didn't come out. That was pure. Jason Jensen put a red truck on his page, and then I seen Jinky's Rumor Has It was showing a red truck, and then everybody's seen that Paul Hill's son actually runs a tree business, and they were just connecting dots and throwing this information out again, and it just got everybody twisted into a tangle again. But
I think the name Hill came up, and like you said, the name Hill and tree trimmers, and they just got. I know Paul Hill personally. I do not know either of his sons because it's been years since I've seen him. But I do not believe with it. I believe with everything in my heart that he did not have anything to do with this. And if they do find anything on his property, in my opinion, somebody else put it there because.
Something I want you to keep in mind, Fred and many others, and I just shared it the other night with Ziggy throwing her stupid fit, was that he had a system where people would leave money in a box and take what they needed on a trust system. So many people had access to this man's property. Keep that in mind. He allowed strangers to come to his property and put money in a box and take food for survival. Sounds like a good man to me. I don't believe this old elderly man had anything to do with Summer. However, it still keeps our list of suspects together, but it also lets us know that TBI knows more.
They didn't like him.
I would have to agree with you. He's a very older gentleman, correct?
He is a very, very good man.
Yeah. It happens. People, evidence gets planted on their property every day. That he's got a lot of property. Is it like over 20 acres, I want to say?
I don't know. I've seen stuff come out about when it actually went into his name or whatever, but I'm 48 years old. I've known that man since I was 13, and he has always lived right there in that same spot.
Yeah.
He has always done the same business. People are trying to throw the hogs and, oh my gosh, the sawmill and all this. He has always, that's a part of his living.
Yeah. He's a preacher, right?
No, he is not. People, and I'm glad you said that because he is not a preacher.
He is not a preacher.
He is not a preacher.
Okay.
He does have a brother that is a preacher, but he is not a preacher. No, he does go to church, but he's not a preacher.
Okay. Do you know any other Hills or just him?
Well, see,
I got smoke in my eye. My eye's watering. So another brother that's a preacher, Ronald Hill's brothers. So now we just found out one's a preacher, one's a butcher. Where's the baker? Fred. He bakes the math. The preacher, the butcher, the baker. Ain't that a nursery rhyme? 3 brothers taking care of in Ronald Hill's family. We just found out about them. These people could have come out and told us that earlier.
we know Fred's parents. I don't really want to speak a lot about them because they're not here to defend themselves.
Right.
But same with Fred. We didn't get along.
Yeah. Okay. And you've been in Beach Creek all your life?
I've been in Beach Creek since I was about 13.
Mm. You go to school with
My
anyone?
husband has been here all his life.
Did you go to school with anyone from Beach Creek that you want to speak of?
I went to school with Andy Bernard.
You did?
Yes, I sure did. And I felt sorry for Andy when he was on, I can't remember whose live it was, but he said, I was the fat shy white kid, that didn't hardly talk to anybody. And I told my husband, I was like, oh my God, that breaks my heart. I was like, because he's telling the truth. I mean, like, that's what people seen him as in school. That's the way they treated him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I heard that same one because he was talking about how he couldn't believe he got the girl, talking about Jody.
Yes.
He loved her.
Yes.
I think he still does. But
Well,
some loves just don't go away. They don't.
Right. I mean, it don't just vanish.
No. That's neither here.
Love shouldn't hurt. Andy's love hurts. Andy's love was abusive, and Andy has admitted to that. Cursed. I don't think that's cute. It don't matter what kind of person Andy was, then that created him to be a monster, in my opinion. Because love shouldn't hurt. And I heard the court person state the things Andy was saying in court to his own daughter. Love should never hurt. There's no excuse. He got the girl, he broke the girl, and that's why Jody is the way she is. It's called domestic violence. I suffered it as a child. I know the effects from it. He put his children through that, and he still continues to by going to YouTube and talking about Jody and penis problems. That's called domestic violence. It's not fucking cute. Also, the other night, Fred said the 17th he was recording and he seen Andy B and they were talking about AB said he has been by the hills and had stopped by. We can't believe a fucking thing Fred says, though, Ratch. Could be true. Fred has disappeared the last 2 nights, huh?
There. I'm gonna give it a minute. Do you have anything else that you want to add to this?
I mean, honestly, like I said, I don't know anything. I didn't even know the Whales even lived there.
That's what a lot of people say.
The only people that I knew on Ben Hill Road were Andy, Jody Sue, Fred, and Laura, and I didn't talk to any of them. The last time I had even spoke to the last people, well, Fred, of course, and I didn't talk to him down here. My husband told him to get the fuck out of our yard. When he pulled up, he unhooked from the guy's bike, and he came right back up to the house because they do not get along, period. And it's been like that for years. So when Fred pulled up to get the bike, my husband automatically, like Fred says that they spoke and all that, that's total bullshit.
Yeah. Fred seemed to butt heads with a lot of people down there.
Well,
and I've heard a lot of stories of Fred and guns. Like he was very free with popping off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't get why Ziggy doesn't, like she says, he don't do that. I mean, has she really dug into Fred?
I don't think so, unless she's just ignoring facts because 6UP has put up everything talked about, from his situation with losing the kids. She's put out the facts, and Ziggy has said the opposite. No, I don't. I think
6UP has put out the facts, but I was putting them facts out 3 years ago. Nobody would listen to me, Cursed. We've spoken about this. Fred shot in his home with his children. Laura went running for her life to the neighbor. Then there's the Fanning episode. Regardless of who Fanning is, KKK, not KKK, it don't matter. Nobody deserves to lose their life by the other hand of others without judgment from God. It's the number one sin for all of you church goers. Murder is the number one sin.
my personal opinion is, and I've said this many times, that this is a YouTube marriage.
Yes, I truly believe that also.
And that's another reason why it's a big tragedy that
Seems that way
channel has put out so much that it has. It's a trauma channel. She started it for the wrong reasons. She has caused nothing but havoc in this case.
Has anybody ever heard them tell each other that they love each other?
I have not, because I've said that before. I've not even heard the word love before.
Well,
I've seen a smooch.
I did catch it. Not, it wasn't him and Ziggy.
Yeah.
It was Fred and Ziggy's daughter. As Ziggy's daughter was leaving,
Yeah.
she tells Fred that she loves him, and Fred says, "I love you too." But
Yeah.
I've never heard him and Ziggy say it.
Yeah, I caught that one too. Yeah. Well, you got Fred. See, now I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to
Okay.
put some stuff out just because
Got you.
I want to try to keep it
I got you.
what it is for now.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? I really enjoy talking to you. I feel comfortable talking to you. And
I feel comfortable talking to you. That's the only reason I'm on
very
here.
cool. Very cool. Let's give a big.
This lady comes off as extremely truthful to me. I don't hear no crack in her voice. I don't hear no bullshit. It's just facts. It's what she seen that day. It's not a whole lot of talk. It's facts about the people that live around there. You don't hear money. A lot of bullshit lies. It's just we seen him that day. I was on the porch.
Hell yeah for Bill Shipley and his sobriety.
Yay, Bill! You go, boy.
I like.
You know, I tell you almost every day, I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, his story needs to be out there. I've seen his name in places it shouldn't be, and he got to run around, and it started on that channel, and he deserves to be vindicated. You know, someone I think they might be in my chat tonight, and you have the right to say whatever you want. What they said was, well, still everybody's a person of interest. Well, to a point, no, they're not. You know, 5 miles out, everybody 5 miles out was not a person of interest. They were very what's the word I'm looking for? They said who was people of interest. They said neighbors, the church people, close family and friends, not people who lived, 5 roads down.
Right.
So I don't think Bill is a person of interest at this time, or ever was.
Bill didn't even live on Beach Creek then.
And you know Bill, and well, describe him how you told me about. He seems like.
I want to keep reiterating this. As above, so below. Gary, Tracy Cinchler, whatever the fuck her name is, from fucking Chicago, that was playing games with Luminous over in fucking Ziggy's fucking chat, was really fucking pushing Bill Shipley to me, and I absolutely refused to cover him at all. I want people to know that.
But he's really not.
Bill does. Sorry, Bill. I love you, but I'm going to say this. Well, I told him. He knows, because I've told him especially when he was in active addiction, he talked to people like a straight up dick. I mean, that's just putting it plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you could have a good person if you would learn how to talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a man.
He took that. No, he took that to heart. He really did.
Did he? Did he?
Yes, he did.
According to his girlfriend, he's another abuser. It's not, he's a man. I hope with his sobriety, it brings a better human who loves his wife a lot better. People can change and they deserve second chances. Even Fred. And his sobriety. But not with these lies and not when there's a missing child.
He did.
Well,
I had a female cousin of his that was standing right beside of me, and she said, Bill, you need to listen to her. She said, because she is telling you the truth. She is exactly right. You do not know how to talk to people. You talk to people, in bad ways, and you make yourself sound bad.
yeah. Oh yeah, people will tear you apart here in the true crime community, because that's what some of us are looking for. We're looking for behavior and what you say and what, you said it one day and you said it different the other. That's just how some of us, how our brain clicks. So, and it's not anyone's fault. He looks like a big teddy bear to me.
Bill,
Yeah.
Bill is one of the sweetest people that you'll ever meet if you really know him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And for the people that live, where we live, they know that's Bill's attitude. You know what I mean? They knew that that's how he talked to people.
Yeah.
So when all that got put out there, of course it made him look like, what it did sound like. I mean, it did sound like he was a dick.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I would like to do something on Bill, because, which I never quite understood why Kelly even got interviewed on Zig's channel, because it didn't have anything to do with Summer's case. It was hearsay, and she got some things wrong from what I hear.
Yeah, I think Kelly inserted herself because she caught Bill's name, and she wanted her and Bill were already split up. They were together and they were already split up, and I think she just wanted to make Bill look bad on TV, on YouTube.
That she did. Yeah.
And yes, she did. Yes.
What's Bill say? I don't know. You gotta lie about not getting along. She don't know what the hell she's talking about 100%. Well, you ready to close out?
If you're finished, I'm finished.
Hey, I mean, I'm here for it. If anybody has anything to say, I'm not seeing any questions really. You are welcome to talk about whatever you want. You have a platform. It's always open. I'm here.
Well, I appreciate that. I will say this. People don't start coming at me. You know what I mean? Don't start bombarding me, because I will not be, I will not be on anybody else's channel talking. I won't be answering questions for, somebody else on somebody else's panel or anything like that. I just want the truth about Summer, and I need law enforcement or Fred. I mean, if they like that.
She may not have been a witch, but we've heard both of her children say that her and her husband sold rugs.
On a Serafina, I mean, she should be able to tell us, what Fred was on the 15th.
Well,
I shouldn't have said that, but
well, yeah, you should, because her and every other psychic that by now, my God.
I mean, in my head, I'm thinking if nothing else, if they believe in, I'm sorry, I don't know about all the psychic thing. I've never really truly believed in that, and that's my opinion.
Get sucked up into heaven from the ground up. Okay, she was taken off that hill somehow or another.
Mm-hmm.
Either someone's not talking, or no one's seen shit, but someone knows.
Yep.
I have a real hard time thinking that the only one person.
Absolutely, Rachel. You got to have a really strong support system. And Mr. Shipley, I'm always here to support somebody who's overcoming addiction. So honestly, if you ever want to come into my chat and talk, I give second chances. I believe everybody deserves them. And I'm proud of you for your sobriety, just like I am anybody else who's becoming sober, especially in such a public eye. And especially for you, somebody who was thrown into something that shouldn't have been. Didn't she speak after Fred turned their texts into TBI? Who, Gigi? I'm confused. A buggy bath. It's cute.
Person that's responsible knows. I don't think that. I think at least 2 people know, if not 3.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And
I have my opinions, but I'm not going to say it on here.
Yeah, my opinions changed a lot from day one, and I've learned to be more fair and get more of the story without making judgment on what I think I should be looking at. Not that my opinion matters, but for myself, for myself making my own judgment. I early went on behavior, which I think that's what a lot of other people went on is, look at them parents on there getting drunk and high, not even caring about her.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know how we would act if something happened.
You don't. I'm telling you, there was one day very shortly after I lost my son, like your brain takes over at certain points, and you just, I'll never be able to describe it to you, but I busted out laughing at something at a very wrong time. And then I caught myself busting out laughing, and then I felt bad. Like, where am I right now? What am I doing? And I think it was because at the time I hadn't even, it was probably the next day. I hadn't even accepted that it happened. Yeah. So what I'm getting to is you just don't know when.
I concur. Losing a child is very scary. I've lost one 26 minutes after birth. He was born full term. Not only did I lose a child, but I have a child who's a 2-time heart transplant recipient, and I've lost him twice. He's still here, but he won't be here forever. Your brain does go into different mode. Like for me, I didn't cry at my son's funeral. I don't think I comprehended what was going on till even months later, because that same night I went into cardiac heart failure. I don't know if it was broken heart syndrome or what it was, but it made me sick. But it felt like I wasn't grieving my son until even years later. It caused problems in my home. And it's something I still deal with many, many years later. This was 2013. We're talking 12, 13 years later, and I'm still grieving my son. So I concur with Cursed here, and we don't know. Thank you, we don't know what Candace and Dawn could have been going through. Everybody's mind processes things differently. Good job. Okay.
When things happen like that, how to act, how someone is acting, and why. Yeah, so I'm not gonna.
I mean, if it were me, now this is just me,
Yeah.
and if it were one of my kids, I would be out, you know, I would be out searching. I would do everything I could to look for him. And I say that now, but if, you know, I might be out drunk searching too, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. I put posters on our truck. That's the first thing we did. I rode around with posters of him on our truck. I put them up at the local gas station. I was told no, if we let you do it, then we have to let everyone else do it. I put them up on the pumps instead and said, "Fuck you, I'm putting them up."
Right.
Yeah, and you don't stop.
Yeah.
People are talking about. I'm not going to get into names or who, but I want to bring something up because I think it's very unfair and it goes with something that we're talking about.
Okay.
People are talking about Don tearing down posters. That's his property. He can do whatever he wants. I don't judge him if he did tear down a poster. Posters are still up on his property. They're up on the tree. The bench is there. The bench was not moved. Prayer Garden played. Someone sent her a video of someone driving by 110, and she was showing it from different views, going, look, he must have tore everything up, and the bench is moved. That bench is in cement. And I know that Nana may feel God bless, sometimes words just escape me. Maybe she feels they are ungrateful for if he did tear down a poster. But either way, imagine if you lost your child and all this is going on, what kind of turmoil you're going through. Or imagine if you are guilty and you have people putting posters up and made to feel like people are pointing fingers at you. Every way you turn, there's going to be some emotion there. I don't think it means anything. And it's just, I think people are making it more than it is.
Right.
Is my big thing.
Well, I mean, this is only in my opinion. I mean, where the bench is, you know, you have to go on to Ben Hill Road, you know, to even see it. So if people were driving by, you know, just on Beach Creek Road, nobody even sees it.
Yeah, that's why, you know, there's a lot of places that they can be hung, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill's helped Nana hang up a lot of posters, and he's hung up a banner and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And that fence, there's a gate. That was over there in 2022 when I was down there. So that fence has not been tore down recently. That was over there trashed with her posters on it years ago. So that is not recent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What I was going to say is if anybody thinks that they're going to talk behind scenes with Candace and Dawn and there's going to be some magical moment where you're going to catch them up. I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it is either.
No, it'd be better to just let them be. You know, there's been domestic violence in that home, and I hate that for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the ifs. You know, what if you know Don might suspect her? You know, I bet you he's pretty pissed at her, and I don't know. I just would hate to say something and then Candace have to take the brunt of it because Don was pissed off.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Person too.
Yes.
I posted flyers. This is I posted flyers everywhere in the Tri-City area. So when one got took down, two got put back up. Well, hell yeah! Thank you so much. Well, I've heard that before. Tri-City. What's that considered? The Tri-City area.
What do you mean? What's it considered?
Like, what does that mean? What's a Tri-City area?
Well,
what does that mean?
I mean, the Tri-Cities area. I mean, it could be Sullivan County, Hawkins County, Greene County. It actually goes over into Virginia.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big area. You've got Johnson City, you know, Elizabethton, Irwin. I mean, it's a big area, the Tri-Cities is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been there once. I think we stayed in...
Mine says Kingsport, Bristol, Johnson City.
Is Bristol by Johnson City?
Yeah, well, yeah, it would be close. You would be closer to Johnson City. Johnson City and Bristol are closer than I would be, you know, in Kingsport.
We stayed in a breakfast in a B&B. It was very cool. It was a little cottage beside the river, but we were like 25 minutes away from Ben Hill. I loved it down there. It's beautiful. I don't see how you guys drive them roads every day, especially in the winter. That's very scary.
Oh no, it's fun.
Oh,
You've lived down here all these years. People's like, golly, you live so far down, and to me, it's not that far down because I've drove it for so many years.
yeah.
But literally, we are in the sticks. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only had internet for a couple of years.
You mean like available to you?
Yes.
Hmm.
Like when Don says that he talked to Candace from Jonesboro all the way home, there is no way in hell that happened.
It don't sound right. It don't seem right, especially even close to home.
There was no internet here. I mean, if you're like I said, if you remember, they had to put up the big satellite out here at the end of the road at the church.
Yeah.
Because the police couldn't communicate with each other.
Who's this right here? This little channel. TPE, if you're in here, I don't know who I have modded in here. This is a new little channel right here. Just Tea Talk, because I've seen 6. You can share her channel. I'm all about promoting people. You can share Tea Talk.
Yes, the 3 cities do make a triangle. They do.
Well, that's interesting. Blunt Vegas, Blunt in the middle of it all.
Yes.
Blunt Vegas.
Well, like if you're right here where I live on the Sullivan County side, if you went to jail for something, you would go to Bluntville jail.
Okay.
Which you might as well be. You're almost in Bristol.
Then I wonder why they don't search for Summer again. Why haven't they searched for her?
I've always wondered the same thing. I know when she first did go missing, people did walk. I mean, we seen them sitting, we seen them walking, all the way out to our house. People were walking, and then when they searched the area that they searched, they sit down in our neighbor's driveway and waited till this. I want to say I don't know, was it like a side by side or something? I don't want to say for sure what it was. It was something that picked everybody up, and they waited on that person, that to come through to give them a ride back down to where, Mount Carmel Church is where they were doing, where they had everything set up at.
Right. Did you ever hear anything about footprints found?
I've heard it, but I've heard it on YouTube. I've never heard it. I've never heard law enforcement say anything about it.
Yeah. Haven't heard any whispers of anything, footprints or
no.
That?
No.
I'd like to get the truth of that someday too. My opinion is they don't exist from the information that I've heard, seen. I don't see it saying they found them.
I mean, if they found footprints, I mean, why wouldn't they say it? And why wouldn't they, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder, did they, I know there was a helicopter and stuff, but did they look good enough?
Yeah.
It is such bad terrain down here,
right.
Especially on that road.
Yeah. When I went down there, I was down there in June of 23, maybe.
Uh-huh.
And the grass was tall beside the road. And that's the first thing I thought is we could have just passed her.
Yes.
The grass is so tall.
Yes. And then when you get up into people's drive, you get up to people's houses or whatever, or I'm not talking about Fred, but if he was, if you went past his camper or whatever, I mean, you didn't take a vehicle. It's either a 4-wheeler or a horse.
Yeah. That's a reason why I don't think he was right on them picking up a scent on his driveway or the road going to his house, because I think they would take that very seriously. And then they would be up in his woods and a helicopter would be over that way. And as far as
that's the thing, Kirst. We hear the police were down there for a long time, for days. We hear it from Jody, Sue, from Andy, and from many. So they were down there. They were down in that area for quite some time. And I think it's why they keep continuing to question Fred. So I'm going to disagree with you there a little bit.
I know it wasn't like that. The helicopter wasn't over above Fred's house. They didn't have tons of searchers grid searching his property. So wouldn't that be the case if they picked up on a scent?
I mean, that's what you would think. I mean, if the scent was that's what
not only his property, but the Thompsons' property and Redmond's property. They did so search. They definitely did. Down in that area. Now, when you cross the Sullivan County line, I don't know. That's where I have reservations.
I always thought, well, if the scent hit, and Fred said it, that the scent hit at his house, right?
Behind a vehicle, I guess, either on a vehicle or behind a vehicle. And then something about vibrations from Don's truck or Don's vehicle. I don't know what he was trying to say that day. He was talking. He talks so silly sometimes.
I know.
I think Fred has an imagination.
Well, I think it's he's done so much of the stuff, or he's got a hold of some bad stuff, or whatever.
Yeah.
I've covered that the past 2 days, Rachel, and I can't wait to hear the conversation. However, if it's not meant for YouTube, I hope it went to the TBI. I hope for once in Chris McDonough's fucking life, he's helping the case instead of hurting it.
I don't want to say anything bad, not trying to trigger anybody or say anything bad about anybody. I hope everybody's doing good.
Yeah. No, it's hard to talk about, the possibility of him getting things wrong without saying a legit reason why. I don't want to feel like pointing fingers at Fred or calling him, you user. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, man, let's get it together, folks.
He just definitely has his days mixed up.
Absolutely. And a lot of people know that, Andy Bernard knows where he was that day. Jody knows where she was. A lot of people know a lot of things. And for some of us, we only know what we've been provided. And what makes sense to me is Fred's definitely confused about his days. Definitely.
Yes. He's definitely confused about his days. And I can only speak about the 13th. As far as any other day, like I said, we didn't get along, so I'm not trying to sound rude, but I could care less what he was doing,
Well, yeah. If it didn't have anything to do with Summer, it's none of my business.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna hang up now.
Okay.
So I get a hold of you. We'll talk later, and maybe.
That's the end of the live. Let me send the link over to this so you guys can listen to it in full and give Kirst a sub. Let me also like her video here, and I'm going to share it. Thank you, Kirst. I think she did a wonderful job on this. Absolutely, Yolanda. He is lying. And this bike business got me really, really concerned. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head off. I'm going to say goodbye here. And I will be back tonight about 9 or 10, between 9 and 11. We're going to start Tiffany Marie and Chris McDonough information. I think it's really pervy to the money aspect of the case and what was done with Mary, Jeannie, and Trish. I think it's wrong, and I agree with Tiffany Marie, and I think it's really important we just listen to what Tiffany told us 2 years ago. All right, guys, I'm going to say pez amore, peace and love. I'll see you all tonight. Bye.